Notification, we're up on YouTube. And now we're up on Facebook. How do I look, man, that we're moving this sucker around because of our ping pong obligation? Thank you, Van. Am I in the right? Thank you, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy St. Patty's Day. I got on a little green today. Do you have on green? Hello, is anybody here? Where are all my people? Edward, do you have on green? Jish, little Jish.
Yeah.
How do we begin every show? New kid on the block. Every single day we move straight into this. Have you picked up on it yet? Do you know what it is? Pay attention. Gratitude. No, here's the good question. Sam, you're invited over today if you want to come play ping pong with us. You said you're pretty good. I've had a lot of people say they're pretty good, and they come over and they get slapped. Why do we force ourselves into gratitude? Have you paid attention? All right, if you're on, do me a favor, like, comment, and share. Josh does not know the right answer. Do you know the right answer? Edward. Why do we force ourselves into 60 seconds of gratitude on this show? God.
Yeah.
No, dude, this is what happened when you're I'm not going to say on air. I can't be positive and negative at the same time. See, Sam knows this. We force ourselves to think positive because most of the day we are reactions to our environment. Something happens. Like if I threw this ping pong ball and I hit you right in the face, you react to it. Would it be a positive or negative reaction?
Probably negative.
It would be very negative. Well, in life, you get hit in the face quite often. Out of nowhere, bam, somebody hits you right in the face. Good morning. Hey, will you shut the door right there, Ed, so I don't bleed over everybody in there? My wife would be here. Okay. Hey, have we got a bill yet? Jesus. All right. Well, I'm thankful. I'm very thankful that I've got this ping pong table in here. I mean, and Van's door. Ed, are you awake yet, Ed? Who thinks Ed is awake? I'm very distracted. I'm becoming very negative by the presence of Ed today. Do you know what I'm saying? Why are you so tired today? What time did you go to bed last night?
I went to bed at 1 last night.
Why do you do that?
Well, I went to bed at 11, but I didn't.
Well, why do you go to bed at 11?
I don't know.
That is a habit. Going to bed late at night is a habit of a very unsuccessful person. Just know your habits determine your outcome. I can look at your habits and I can already predict what's going to happen. So I'm very thankful of the ping pong table. And you're invited, if you're a show watcher, you're invited to come over here and play. I will tell you, I've never been beaten. Did you know that?
I did.
Do you know I've never been beaten? Did you know that, Ed?
Yes, I knew that.
So Sam says he wants to play Hayden. Here's a funny story, and I'll get on with the show. Yesterday, Hayden struggled to get his first win. I mean, hell, he was terrible. And Drew is number one. Drew comes in, and he's struggling to beat him. I'm like, you going to let this bum beat you? And Hayden gets so mad. So he got beat by Drew, and he storms out of here. I mean, he gets like fighting mad when he loses. Very competitive about this game. So I'm like, man, you got to play Van. And Van, when you see Van, what do you see?
Athlete.
Do you see an athlete or an unathletic person?
I can seem to be athletic.
Thoroughbred.
When you see Van, do you see an athlete, Edward? Yeah. Van, what do you think Hayden saw when he saw you as his opponent? Easy prey. He was upset that I put him in the bracket. Hey, Hayden's on here. He was pissed off that I put him in the bracket versus Van. Okay, now I will say this: I had seen Van play a little bit the day before, and I knew that it was not going to be an easy match for Hayden. Hayden did not know that because Hayden looked at Van and saw a 70-year-old out-of-shape man. But I looked at Van yesterday, and I thought, you know what? Van's going to surprise you. So I didn't really say anything. So what was the score between you and Hayden?
It was pretty close.
It was pretty. Now, here's the thing about Hayden. Hayden's extremely athletic. He's very competitive. He just hasn't won many ping pong games. But when he plays, whoever he plays, he really gives whoever he's playing a good match. So as he gets more wins under his belt, he'll start winning more. Same thing happens in business. I saw Van, not Pappy Van Grafton transforms. On with the show. Yesterday is the first time I've done a bracket for NCAA basketball in probably 10 years. I don't even remember the last time. I'm not keeping up with it, but I'm forcing myself to celebrate, to take part in one of the greatest traditions in our country. What do you like more, college basketball or college football?
College football.
What do you like more?
College football, but March Madness is just a different.
See, I've never had the interest to get into it. I haven't followed it. As a matter of fact, I probably have already watched more games this year than I did all of last year, and I haven't watched a ton. We had it on yesterday. But my question to you, and I don't want you to think limited on this, what does March Madness mean to you? And I don't want you to just think exclusively about college basketball. So we're going to go around with little Josh. How much do you weigh, little Josh?
180, 175.
Okay, but you're still little Josh compared to big Josh. What does it mean to you? And it may mean, hey, I'm focused on college. I mean, have you always done a bracket?
Yes.
Have you ever won one?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
You did. Did you win any money?
A little bit.
Do you still have that money?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think you would. What does it mean to you then?
Upsets.
Upsets. Okay, good answer. What does it mean to you, Dead Ed?
I was going to say winning under pressure.
Winning under pressure is what you think of. Van, if you're on here, let me know what March Madness means to you. What does it mean to you, Van?
I enjoy the competition, but it means spring.
Okay, so when I think of March Madness, to me, I get excited because that means it's almost time to go to the beach. I get very excited. Here's what the point is. We need things in our life to be excited about. What's going on in your life right now that gets you excited, Ed?
Go on the beach.
Going to the beach. March Madness means hard work paying off and accomplishing big goals that were set year before. What is something in your life right now, little Josh? What is something in your future that you can see that's getting you excited, getting you upbeat?
Getting started in this industry.
There you go. But a lot of people, day after day, month after month, year after year, they really don't have much to look forward to except sports or whatever it is that they look for, boat season. For me, it's the beach. It's also a time that I feel like the selling season starts to surge a little bit. We're moving into the spring surge. There we go. It's almost like it's like the rejuvenation. It's the rebirth. And this year, I'm forcing myself. I'm interested. I'm going to cheer for my team's Memphis. I was a huge Penny Hardaway fan when I grew up, and I'm hoping. I don't know how good they are, but I'm hoping they can get to the Sweet 16. I can't remember who I've got beating them, but I think it was a really good team that they got to play in that bracket. So if they get to the Sweet 16, that'd be awesome. But who is your favorite team that you cheer for? The Vols?
Yep.
Who's your favorite team that you cheer for?
Win just overall.
Yeah.
The Grizzlies.
The Memphis Grizzlies. Do you have a team or a race car driver, Van?
Yeah, I'm a Kyle Larson fan.
Do you like Carl Larson more than you do any other sports team or figure?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay. Let me ask you this. You've demonstrated, how many football games did Tennessee win last year?
11.
11?
I think so.
How many? What's the Grizzlies' record?
We're like 40, and I just know we're second in the West.
Who's their best player?
John Morant.
John Moran. Is he going to make it?
Well,
But what if you could transfer your enthusiasm and your passion from a sports team to your own life? I've always asked myself, I was so committed to Notre Dame football for so much of my life. It meant their success was more important than my own success. I knew every player, every starting position. I knew every stat. I knew every opponent. Why couldn't I transfer that amount of interest into my life? I see so many people out there that are a fan of another team, another player, but they're not that much of a fan for themselves. Does that make sense to you? How can you justify getting so pissed off whenever your team gets beat, your team gets upset? But how upset do you get whenever you don't make enough money? Well, how upset do you get if you're out of shape? How upset do you get when you let yourself or somebody else down? Why are we so much more interested in a sports team than ourselves?
We don't have to do the work.
Oh, we don't have to do the work. We live in vicariously. That's a good one right there, Van. You got the number 3. Can you say something? We don't have to face and endure the pain to whatever it takes. We can sit there and bitch about our team that worked their ass off all off season, and then they get beat and we're bitching about it. But have we done the work? Just wanted to shed this light on you. This was a transformation I had in my life. Now, I will say this. On my wedding day, it was scheduled around Notre Dame's football game. We could not get married on that Saturday. We had to move it to a Friday, and we did that. Now, that's a little ridiculous. I admit that, but it's like the only thing that I have is that college football. But over time, see, we wake up just like a phone. This phone, you wake up and it's got 100% of your battery. That's what you wake up with. Whatever you decide to spend it on is going to burn it faster or slower. So most people, their battery doesn't burn whenever they're watching college football or college basketball. But if you ask them to come in here and make 100 phone calls, their battery goes to 0 after about 15 calls. But if you ever want to change your life, if you ever want to change your life, you're going to have to reprioritize your focus. Your focus needs to be on yourself and what can I put into my future that's going to encourage, it's going to motivate me. You're motivated right now. When's the last time you were motivated? With purpose. When's the last time you were motivated with purpose?
It's been a while.
Okay, well, see, why should anybody say it's been a while? That's why we need things in front of us that's 60 to 90 days out that inspires us. Not really looking for motivation, but I am looking for purpose. Because a purpose-driven person will always outperform anybody else. Shut us down, Vin Grafton.